What's up, Paddlehead fans? Welcome to what we're calling the 12 days of PaddleMas. I don't know. It kind of rings, but we're having fun with it. It is leading up to Christmas. We are announcing our 2022 roster, and with it, we have some special guests along the way. And we thought we might as well kick it off with the big man himself, our manager, not coach, something I learned this year, Michael Schlact. How are you doing, Big Mike?
I'm fantastic. It's certainly warmer here in Georgia than it is where you are, I'm sure. And so for that, I'm thankful. But I think we're all just waiting for baseball, man. It's been a couple months since we left. It was a fantastic year, but I mean, there's nothing like a summer in Missoula. I learned that last year. So I'm so excited to get back.
We're excited too. It's about 5-6 months away here in Missoula. We're planning out next season some of the craziness that will happen, and you know we're already talking about the new guys, and this is what 12 Days of PaddleMas is going to be about. We already kind of have our roster for next year, and we thought we might as well share it. It's going to be our Christmas gift to the fans. So I'm excited about this, and we're going to have some fun along the way. We got some wild videos that you haven't even seen, and I'm excited for you to see. You're going to just have to wait for the release, but we're going to have some fun with it. On the Zoom calls, we're going to meet some recognizable faces along the way of guys that are coming back. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's talk about 2021, a championship year. What are the highs? What are the memories that stand out? What comes to mind?
I mean, I smile, every time I think of it. It seems cheesy, but I mean, to have a group of players like we had last year that genuinely care, they love and embrace the town, and that they're good ball players. I mean, but more than that, they're good people, and you just can't find that every day. So going through an entire season where we had a lot of success on the field, we were able to do some fun things with your help off of it during the game. I mean, it was just such a complete package. This was my 16th or 17th year in professional baseball. First off, this was the first championship I've ever won as a player or coach, so that was cool. But just to watch the way that it was done, and the support that we have from the front office, the way that you did it off, while the game's happening, it was such a wonderful blend of everything. And so to get home, at the 1st of October and to think back on the now, after Thanksgiving leading into Christmas, like that anticipation's building. But to watch some guys get signed back to major league teams last year, to see them have real success, that was really cool. To winning the championship, for me, that was neat. But just to see the joy on those guys' faces when that last out was made, like I will never forget that. The way that the fans showed up to the stadium, and that's your avenue a little bit, but it doesn't go unnoticed to see how into the game they were, both because they love the game, but also because of the entertainment factor. It didn't matter if there were 700 people or 3,000 people. Like the electricity that sits in those seats really did help the guys. So those are just some, I could go on and on all day. We just don't have time, but just those are some highlights of last year. And I think it's just what it does is it highlights this overall atmosphere that we have both on the field and in the stands, that it just can't be rivaled. I mean, you're not going to go anywhere in the country and find a better minor league experience, a better professional experience than what we have. And I feel confident saying that. And it just makes me super excited for next year.
Yeah, it was a pretty incredible year. The guys, like you said, they were just incredible on and off the field. It was great to work with them. And I think what I'm most excited about for this coming year is how many guys are coming back. I'm looking at the roster right now, and we have, it's over about 20 guys that are returning. I mean, it is a lot of them.
Well, and honestly, that doesn't happen too often in the independent baseball realm. In the professional, especially the minor leagues, that doesn't happen often. But I really believe there's no better time to bring a lot of the guys back, to bring the majority of the team back, than after you win a championship. The guys want to come back, everyone wants to come back, and there were some roster moves we made early, but the bulk of that team, as you said, is coming back. And I'm excited for the fans to kind of build on the relationship that they have with the players. But more than that, these are championship caliber players. They're guys that are still trying to keep their careers alive. And they're looking to come to Missoula not only to win a championship, not only because of the things I've already talked about, but also because this is their dream. This is what they've been doing since they were little kids, trying to realize that dream of becoming a Major League Baseball player. And Missoula has a really neat opportunity to sort of either be that launching pad for that, or at least to be a stop on that journey for them.
For the fans that came out in 2021, offense was definitely prevalent. We set home run records. We had individuals set home run records. Offense was a huge part of it. Talk about what we might see in 2022. Is the offense going to continue? Is the defense going to improve? What do you see? Don't give away all your secrets, because we know that all the other teams are definitely watching this because they need all the help they can get with us being the champions. So give the fans just a little bit of hint of what they might see in 2022.
Yeah, I love sprinkling a little excitement in these things, and I know that my enemies are watching, so I'm going to be sly with this. But I think something that made us difficult last year was our ability to run bases, our ability to hit the ball over the fence, but also in the gaps, right? And we had a really unique identity in that it was like next guy up, right? Next guy up, next guy up, next guy up. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? You keep the chains moving, so to speak, right? And I would say in a nutshell, we're going to do a lot of that. And there's going to be some identity shifts a little bit. There's going to be some ideas from a fresh off season of thinking that I think are going to they're not going to change our game plan, but it's going to give the guys that already have a really strong foundation of talent a new way to think about things. And so that's what I'm really looking forward to. So from an offensive standpoint, our lineup is going to have speedsters. It's going to have guys that play small ball, guys that hit the ball way over the fence, guys that hit the ball in the gap and can run for days. And defensively, I don't say this lightly, but, our infield, who we have starting or who we anticipate to start, who we have backing us up, I can't imagine there's going to be many better than that, right? And so we're excited about that. And so defensively, we were solid last year. I think we're going to be even better this year. And then offensively, we're going to keep doing that next guy up thing where whatever your job is as the game dictates when you're up at bat, do that so that the next guy can get up. But within that same idea, do what makes you successful, right? So like if you're a home run guy, like don't try to bunt. Like don't do that. Just do what makes you successful so that the next guy can do what makes him successful. And when you do that, the chains keep moving and it's a fun thing to watch.
That's awesome. Excited to see how it portrays out and how we bring back another banner year. Last year it was incredible. I didn't even realize that was your first championship ever. And we have some pretty exciting news to announce right now. Is that you have committed and we have committed to you to be a team till, I already forgot the year. We just talked about 2028.
Yeah.
2028. We got you on an extension through 2028. This might be a hard question. It might be an easy question, but my question is why do you want to be a PaddleHead?
It's not a hard question. It's just like, it's kind of an emotional one, and I think the reason, I don't know where to start. I mean, that's kind of the thing. It's like, where do you start when you're asked that question, right? Like when this contract extension was presented to me, like, of course, right? Like that's the immediate response is yes, but not because of what it does for me. it's because of the family aspect, right? Like what the town does, like how the town rallies, like the fact that when my family shows up there, it feels like a second home. The idea that I get to work with incredible people that help make this thing go. The fact that it's a beautiful facility, like I could go on and on, but more than anything, when I first met with Peter, Susan, when I first met you and Matt and Kim and everyone that makes the paddleheads, what I realized more than anything, number one, it's like family. Number two, there's a vision. And it's not just a vision like, okay, walk toward what you see as your vision. It's like, this is what the paddleheads are. This is what we do. And we're all going to move towards this goal together. You don't find that many places, you know? And so for me to have all of these different things all come together, but at the same time, I know that I'm going to grow as a person. My family's going to be able to grow up in Missoula. And I get to be a part of a first-rate organization is the biggest blessing of my career, you know? And I just can't say enough thank yous to everyone involved for it.
Well, we're so excited to have you back and continue winning championships and continue putting really the best entertainment in Montana in my mind. And hopefully soon we can call ourselves the best entertainment maybe in the world. And that's through baseball, that's through the players, it's through the community. So we are so excited to have you back. Well, before we wrap up on this awesome interview to kick off PaddleMas, the 12 days of PaddleMas, and us announcing our roster, the guys coming back, and the new guys. And make sure you stay tuned to social media. Like I said, we're going to have Zoom interviews with some of the returners. We're going to have some weird and wacky videos of the new guys. So this is a question I'm probably going to ask everybody on the Zoom. Big Mike, what do you want for Christmas?
Oh man, what do I want for Christmas? Well, I think the easy answer would be, I wish Santa could bring me some like talent in golf, right? Because, and I know I realize who I'm talking to here, so hang with me. Golf is a cool game because you get to like, it's just calming, right? And you're outside and there's nothing like it. It's totally opposite of baseball. I wish like if Santa could put in his bag, like maybe, I'm not asking for much, maybe like 5 rounds of golf and like maybe, you know, a couple different like coupons for some range balls, and then maybe just sprinkle a little bit of talent for me on top of that so that I can enjoy what I'm doing. That would be a wonderful Christmas for me. But like if I can't get that, I mean, in all honesty, I think just time with my family, you know. I don't know if that's a cheesy answer, but it's true because I'm seeing the holidays through the eyes of my 2 little boys now, and it's pretty cool. So, you know, I had my time. Now I get to watch, you know, their excitement through the whole thing. So I kind of have what I need, but I'll also take some golf too.
Well, it's funny because even though this is coming out first, you're not the first guy I've talked to. And I already talked to one guy who said he's been working on his golf game. I won't mention names because it's gonna, you know, anticipation is gonna build up. But
right.
We're definitely gonna have to, on one of the off days, possibly get out there and play maybe 9 holes or something like that.
I'm ready. I love it. And there's no better place than Missoula to play golf. I mean, I realize you might say Augusta or something like that, but like if you're outside playing golf and you have the views that Missoula offers to play while you're doing it, how does that get any better?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I love it up here since I've been up in Missoula, and if I'm not at the stadium, I'm usually at the golf course. So I can't blame you for asking for golf. Well, Big Mike, I have appreciated this short time that we've had. Excited, 1 for the extension, and 2 just to have you back in a few short months. Have these guys roll in, and let's start playing for another banner. It's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, no, man, it's been a lot of fun so far in my short time with the Paddleheads, but you know, a big thank you to everybody for the contract extension. And it was just a special 2021 all the way around. So I'm looking forward to what's ahead.
That's awesome. Well, We wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you in Zootown real shortly.